starts on 11 hits. High Point looking to start with Teddy Merritt to quiet the Radford bats.
Yeah, Merritt, as you see there in the just last week, 6 innings pitched, 5 Ks in that win versus Longwood. Looks to continue and have another similar game. And also piggyback off of what Carter Shepard did last night, having a rough first inning, but beyond that, being pretty dominant and helping the team out, going to stop Radford down early.
He's going to face this Radford lineup that has just one change in it, and that is at the 8 spot. Adam Morris draws into the lineup. Other than that, similar crew: Avery Spencer, David Bryant, Ty Dooley. The first 3, Bradley Priap back at third base cleaning up. Paul Moore, the DH, bats 5th. Julian Rojas bats 6th and catching. Gilmore, Morris, and Pittman rounded out for Carl Kuhn's team, who fell to place. This season, High Point's been really fortunate to have good weather in most of their games this season, so enjoying another nice day at the ballpark. 72 degrees at first pitch. As we move to inning number 2, Bradley Priap, the third baseman, leads it off against Teddy Merritt, who only threw 7 pitches in inning number 1. Misses down low, count 1-0. Priap, the transfer from Olone College, where he hit .398 in 37 career games, takes in the turf count 2-0. This is game number 30 for Bradley Priap in 2022, hitting .301 with 15 RBIs. He's hitting .471 over his last 11 games. That is a 16 for 34 mark, so he is a dangerous bat. He had a 5-hit game Sunday against Gardner-Webb. That was a series that Radford took 2 of 3 from. As the 3-0's in there for a called strike, 3-1. Bradley Priap is one of 2 Highlanders to have a 5-hit game this season. The other is Ty Dooley. 3-1 is in there, count 3-2.
Off of a rough start of the inning, Merritt looking a little more comfortable.
There's a Radford team that's hitting .267 as a ball club. The full count pitch is a breaker that misses inside, ball 4. Merritt has walked 20 coming into tonight through 41.
For Will Hunt before delivering that pitch.
Here in the middle of March last season, that was the last time the Highlanders have swept a series. And that one taken low, ball 2. That one fouled off to stay alive. Teddy Merritt, and at the beginning of the season, was looked at as a candidate to be the main midweek starter for the Panthers, as Louis Stallone had the Saturdays at the start, but some struggles with the Kings Park native led to Merritt being the Saturday starter since week 3 of the season, as he works the count full. Merritt went 1-2 last season with a 5.30 ERA in 13 games. He made 6 starts. One of those starts, a complete game against Winthrop back on April 30th. And he starts this inning with a walk to Priap. Second walk issued to Priap tonight, and he's on to lead off the 4th.
Yeah, very similar.
Priap steps in 16 of his last 34. He takes strike 1. Teddy Merritt went 5 innings last weekend against Longwood, looking to get to that mark or possibly eclipse it here tonight. Extending pitchers has been a big thing. Carter Shepard threw 112 pitches through 6 innings last night. It's kind of hard to believe that he came out for the 6th inning, but he did. Could be a double play. Melton, the second for 1, that's all they'll get. So there's 2 outs as Melton couldn't make the most accurate throw to Echezarreta, but they get the second out.
Paul Moore.
A good play, though, by Melton. Good way to cut the lead runner down.
Now here's Paul Moore with 2 outs. Radford wore those all-red uniforms last night. Going with the silvers here. And as Moore takes strike 1. Scott, I got to ask you. Thoughts on the shiny silver helmets?
I feel like they look aluminum. But they do go well with the jerseys.
Here's ball 1.
How about you, Harris? What are your thoughts?
They do go well with the jerseys, but they better be a thick piece of metal. Obviously, it's not metal.
But it does have that shine to it.
It does. We were going over this earlier in the week. You know, the 4 years that I've called Big South baseball, more fouls went off of Sutton. So Paul Moore. 4 miles an hour off the bat. Fair ball. Irvine cuts it off from going to the wall. And Moore's going to stay put at first as Priap goes to third. Paul Moore with his second consecutive single down the right field.
Did you text what was it, TC?
No, I forgot.
Listening. Score.
Yeah, how those people down? They won twice again.
1-2. Just off.
They don't know that you want something, you know? Let's tell them. How about emailing all this coaches?
So they're loaded for Ryan Gilmore. There's 1 for 1 today with a single and a sacrifice fly.
What? I thought you said you want to play on Yuba team?
Gilmore coming into this game only with 4 RBIs on the year.
I just didn't send it yet.
Okay.
That one in the turf. Gilmore, coming into the series, was hitting .321 over his last 8 games. He started the season 0 for 12 for an 8th inning double against St. Joseph's in a wild 14-12 loss. That one over for strike 1. In that game, the Radford dugout, loving it. On the bench, on the up. And he's laboring here with the bases loaded and his team down 3. 2.
Yeah, with a mix of that, and you don't want this to get too out of hand.
3-1 high, ball 4, and a run comes home. Priap taps home plate, and it's 4-0 Radford. And this is going to do it for Teddy Merritt.
Yeah, it does do a job and gets a run in, but not a perfect way to do it. Did just have to waste 2 outs for 1 run. That throw, able to turn 2.
So 5-0 ball game, no RBI for Ty Dooley as his struggles continue in this ball game. And Priap waves over an off speed, 0-1. Reed Vire making his 15th appearance of the season. That now ties him for the lead in appearances with freshman Everett Vaughn. Priap has reached base all 3 times tonight. A couple of walks, a fielder's choice. and has scored twice. That one is low. Infield back with 2 outs. Echezarreta playing right behind the second base bag as that one blooped to shallow right center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Spencer scores, and Bradley Priap with an RBI single has now reached base 4 times tonight, and it's 6-0 Highlanders.
Yeah, that's a confidence boost there. Able to get your first out of the inning without having to worry about that run coming in. Still not any easier though, with there only being 1 out.
So here's Bradley Priap. He has reached base all 4 times tonight. 1 for 2. Couple of runs scored, and he swings and lofts one up the middle, a base hit. Spencer can walk on home, and Priap adds on. It is 8-1 Highlanders. 4th hit of the inning.
The designated hitter, number 37.
This one just a liner flat out the middle.
So now Paul Moore, who's got 2 hits of his own tonight. Now 6 Highlanders have multiple hits on the game.
Bradley Priap.
Yeah, this one looked like it was it. Could have been the inning. Rushed it a bit. Held on to it a bit too long. It was lofted out and down the line.
He's a tall man at 6'5", couldn't come down with that one. As there's strike 1 to Priap. So no RBI and the run charged to Jack Nathan, which closes his line of 0 2/3. Couple of runs, couple of walks, and a strikeout. As Priap goes fishing, 0-2. And a play like that is something you practice every day if you're a first baseman.
Going back, that's the PFPs.
PFPs. He's having to work a little harder here fresh into the ball game. This is low. CJ Neese, primarily a pitcher last season, has worked in some third base action this year for the Panthers, but hasn't had an at-bat in over a month, so seems that he is warranted back to relief pitching duties. That one skied foul. Transfer from NC State is CJ Neese here in his 3rd season with the Panthers, the redshirt sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. One, 2. Inside. Dooley on second. He's still hitless in this series, 0 for 10. We'll see if that can turn around tomorrow. 2-2. That one driven in the air to deep left field. Klingler goes back. At the track, looks up. He'll watch it fly on out of here. Bradley Priap puts the icing on the cake in this one with a 2-run home run. And Radford now has scored 4 in the inning as they extend their lead to 14-1. The first home run of the season for Bradley Priap.
You'll see this one, he gets just all of it.
The designated hitter, number 37, Paul Moore.
That could all be taken down a little bit too. That play started